Good evening to all the students. And
Good evening, sir.
in the previous session, we discussed this cryptographic attacks, right? Where we have gone through the crypt analytic and non-crypt analytic attacks, where we discussed the snooping, traffic analysis, modification, masquerading, replay, repudiation, and denial of service, right? So now we are going to discuss the passive attacks and the active attacks, right? You may be asked a question like what are the various classes of the cryptographic attacks, where you have to explain the crypt analytic and non-crypt analytic attacks. Or else you may be asked a question like distinguish between the passive attacks and the active attacks. So the same concept you have to use, but you have to explain only the non-crypt analytic analytic attacks, right? Don't go for the crypt analytic. So we'll go through these passive attacks and active attacks again. We'll see some more examples of these passive attacks and active attacks, right? We'll see it with the diagrams also, right? So as I told that the passive attacks are in nature of eavesdropping or monitoring of the transmissions. So they are only interested to know the contents of the message. So what do you mean by eavesdropping? Have you ever heard of this term, eavesdropping?
No, sir.
No, right.
Sir.
So actually the human tendency is always involved in this eavesdropping only, right? For example, assume that Rajesh and Vikram are having some conversation. They are speaking, they are talking to each other. Jayant is more interested to know what conversation is going on between this Rajesh and Vikram. So what he will do is, he pretends as if he is doing the other things, but he will put one ear towards the conversation of this Rajesh and Vikram. So that is called as eavesdropping, right? So in Telugu also we will call it as oka chevi itu pade antaru, right? So that is called as eavesdropping. So in the eavesdropping concept, it comes under the category of passive attacks, where the attacker is not interested to make any modifications, right? He is just interested to know what contents are there inside the message, right? So that is called as the passive attacks. And the passive attacks, we have two types of passive attacks. One is the release of message contents, and the second one is the traffic analysis. As we discussed, the release of message contents is also called as snooping. Snooping means investigating to get the private data or private information of another person, right? So this is we can also call it as release of message contents. The term is straightforward, right? You are going to release the message contents to the attacker, right? For example, a telephone conversation between two authorities, higher authorities, may be tapped by an attacker. He can listen to the telephone conversation, or an electronic mail message that is sent between two parties, that is transferred between two parties. The attacker may attack the electronic communication channel, and he can read what contents are being mailed from one party to another party. Or else, when a file is transferred which consists of some confidential information, the attacker may tap the communication channel and he can just read the contents of this transferred file. So all these are the examples of how the attacker attacks the communication channel and how he is interested to know the contents of the message, right? As I told that we would like to prevent an opponent from learning the contents of these transmissions. So only prevention is possible in case of passive attacks. As I told that the passive attacks are very difficult to identify. So nobody knows whether the sender nor the receiver knows that the messages has been read by the attacker. Why? Because there are no modifications. If there are no modifications, the sender and receiver will be in an illusion that the messages have been reached the receiver very securely. But what happened in the middle? The attacker has tapped the channel and he has learnt the contents of the message, right? but there is only one method to prevent it, to counter these attacks, that is only the prevention. How we are going to prevent? You just convert the message contents into other form of contents or other format, which we are calling it as encryption. Encryption is a process where you convert the plain text into the ciphertext, right? So the other term related to this passive attack is traffic analysis, right? So this is what he is explaining. Suppose that there is a way for masking the contents of the message or other information traffic, so that the opponent means nothing but the attacker, so that if the attacker, even though he captures the message, he cannot get any useful information, or he cannot get any valuable information from the message. So that is only possible because this masking. What is this masking? It is nothing but encryption. So once you encrypt, once the sender encrypts the message, it is going to be converted, the plain text is going to be converted into other format, where the attacker, even though he reads the message, he cannot get any idea, right? So this common technique of masking contents is nothing but the encryption. So if we had encryption protection in place, an opponent might still be able to observe the pattern of this message, that is called as the traffic analysis. How many messages have been transferred between the sender and the receiver? What is the length of each message? So by this information, he could get the he could get an idea of what type of communication is happening between the sender and the receiver, right? So the opponent could determine the location. He can identity of the communicating host, like the email of the sender and the receiver, and what is the frequency of the messages, and what is the length of the message that is being exchanged. Everything they will get it from the online traffic. So he will analyze, the attacker will analyze this online traffic, which we are calling it as the traffic analysis. By this traffic analysis, what information can the attacker get? He can get the information of the location of the sender and the receiver. He can get the information of the email of the sender and the receiver. Like that, he can get some useful information, not the actual message contents, but he can get some idea about some useful information, right? Here is what he is saying. The information might be useful in guessing the nature of communication that was taking place, right? Is it clear up to this point?
Sir, screen and refresh చేయరా ఒకసారి?
What?
స్క్రీన్ రిఫ్రెష్ చేయమంటున్నారు సార్. కొంతమంది స్టక్ అయిపోయినట్టున్నారు.
Now is it clear?
Yes sir. Yes
Okay.
sir.
So coming to the passive attacks diagrammatical explanation, here Bob is a person who is called as the sender, and Alice, she is called the receiver, right? Whatever we have explained in the previous examples, the same thing happens here, right? And Darth is nothing but the third party, the unauthorized user, the opponent, everything is equal only, or we can call it as the attacker, right? So here the Darth can be an attacker, or there is another person, she is called as Eve, right? Bob and Alice are the sender and receivers. So in the coming examples also we will be discussing these characters. Bob is the sender and Alice is the receiver. Sometimes the Alice may send the message to Bob, so Alice becomes the sender and Bob becomes the receiver. But this Darth and Eve, they are always the attackers, right? Darth is a male and Eve is represented as a female, right? So like that, this terminology, these characters are also important throughout the discussion of these security concepts, right? So the Bob sends a message to the Alice, who is called as the receiver, through the internet. So this is called as communication channel. So Bob makes use of internet to communicate a message to the Alice. So in between this, what Darth is doing is he will attack this communication channel and he will read the contents of message from Bob to Alice. So that is nothing but release of message contents. What is the other name for release of message contents? What is the other name for release of message contents?
Snooping, sir.
It
Snooping,
is
sir.
snooping, right. And coming to the other passive attack, which is called as traffic analysis. So again the same characters, Bob becomes the sender and Alice is the receiver, and Bob is using the communication channel as the internet to send a message to Alice. And what this Darth, who is an attacker, what he is doing is he is observing the pattern of the messages from Bob to Alice. He is not reading the contents of the message, he is just observing the patterns, which is called as the traffic analysis. By this traffic analysis, he can get some useful information regarding what type of communication is going on between this Bob and Alice. Right. And this is very important. As I told that passive attacks are very difficult to detect. Am I right or not? Why? Because no message has been modified. So the Bob and Alice are in the illusion that nobody has seen our message, but actually Darth has opened the message and he has read the contents of the message. So it is very difficult to detect. They do not involve any alteration of data. So if any alteration of data is not involved, such type of attacks are called as passive attacks. Right. So even though it is difficult to detect, it is feasible to prevent the success of these attacks, usually by means of encryption. Right. So passive attacks emphasizes on prevention rather than detection. Very important point. So passive attacks can be prevented, but you cannot make use of the detection techniques. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. Now coming to the active attacks. As I told that we have these 5 types of active attacks where the contents are actually modified. So that is the reason why we call them as active attacks. So the contents under this active attacks are the modification, masquerading, replaying, repudiation and denial of service. And coming to the actual abbreviations or definitions of these active attacks, these attacks involve some modification of data stream or the creation of a false stream. Right? Not only the actual data is modified. For example, in the spoofing, masquerading, what the masquerader will do, he will try to impersonate the authorized user. So he tries to act as if he is the original user. Right. So in that particular case, he will try to create a false data, and that is sent to the receiver, which is nothing but Alice. Right. So the attacks which involve some modification of data or the creation of false stream, such type of attacks are called as the active attacks. Right. So these attacks are classified into 5 categories. It's not 4, sorry, it is 5 categories. That is the modification of messages where some portion of the message is modified or altered by the attacker, or as I told that the messages may be delayed or they are deleted also. They can be delayed or they can be deleted or they can be recorded. Like that, any type of action the attacker can perform to modify the messages. Right. And coming to the masquerade, as I told that the other term is the spoofing. So one entity pretends to be a different entity. So one entity acts as if it is another entity. Right. And the replaying means the name itself says that it involves the capture of data unit. It will capture the data, the attacker will capture the data, and after some amount of time the same message will be replayed to produce an unauthorized effect. right? Same message will be replayed. I have given an example in the previous session also, right? And coming to the repudiation, it is nothing but denying or rejection. So this is a special case where the attacker is not involved. Here the repudiation always happens from the sender side or from the receiver side. So the deny of communication by sender or receiver, we call it as the repudiation, right? So once the communication is completed, the sender may deny that I didn't send any message, or the receiver may deny that I didn't receive any message, right? So that is called as repudiation. And the last one is the denial of service, which prevents or inhibits the normal use or management of communication facilities, right? So the communication facilities or the server or the communication channel is prevented from the authorized user, right? Or he can disrupt the entire network, or he can disable the network by overloading it with messages so as to degrade the performance. We have seen lot of techniques, right? One technique for this denial of service is the attacker will send a lot of bogus requests to the server, thereby the server gets slowed down or the server may crash. The another thing is the attacker will simply attack the communication channel and he will not allow the responses to be reached to client from the server. So the client will think that oh, the server is not responding, maybe it is down, like that he will think. But actually the responses from the server are not reaching the client. This is just because of the attacks by the attacker. Similarly, the attacker may simply remove the requests from the client from reaching the server. So the server will think that there are no requests from the clients. So that is how the denial of service can be implemented, right? And as I told that it is very difficult to prevent. It is very difficult to prevent. But in case of passive attacks, prevention is the only technique. How do you prevent? What is the technique that you are using for prevention in passive attacks? What is the technique that is used for prevention in passive attacks?
Encryption.
Super, right, it is encryption. But in the active attacks, prevention is not at all possible. Why? Because as I told that the entire physical protection of all the communication facilities and paths at all times. Every time you should protect the communication facilities. All the 24/7 you have to protect the communication paths, which is practically impossible. So prevention of active attacks is not possible. So the goal is detect them and recover from any disruption or delays that happened during this term, that caused by them. Right? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So in the active attacks, modification of messages, the Bob will take the same characters. Bob is the sender and Alice is the receiver. So Bob is sending a message by making use of the internet. The Darth is the attacker. What Darth will do is he will simply read the message from this Bob and he modifies the message from the Bob to Alice. Right? And this is the masquerading. Masquerading means here there is no message from the actual sender. There is no message from the Bob to Alice. But Darth, who is an attacker, he will fabricate a message. And that fabricated message appears as if it is from the authorized user, which is Bob. So when this message is received by this Alice, Alice will think that, oh, this is a message from Bob. But actually this message was fabricated by the Darth, who is an attacker. Right? And similarly replaying. As I told that the Bob is going to send a message by making use of internet, but Darth captures the message and later replays the same message to the Alice. Right. So this is called the replay attack. And as I told that the denial of service is Bob is the authorized user and we have a server here. Actually, the server has to give the responses to the Bob, right? He will send the requests and the server will give the responses. But what the Darth will do is, he will keep on sending the request messages which are bogus in nature. So bogus messages will be sending will be sent from Darth to the server. He keeps on sending it, right? So the server will slow down, or it may crash also. So this is how the Darth is making the server unavailable to the authorized user who is Bob. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Right. So another topic which we are going to discuss, very simple topic, is security attacks. Right. So everything is repeated, right? You can observe from looking at the diagrams, everything is repeated like this only, right? So the security attacks are classified as interception, interruption, modification, and fabrication, right? Now what do you mean by interception? What do you understand by this diagram? So assume that this is sender and this is receiver, and this is the communication channel. So what is happening in interception?
He's stopping the data going to the receiver, sir.
Super,
And
right?
he is receiving the data.
So the actual message is from sender to receiver. This is the path. But the Darth, who is the attacker, what he is doing is, he is tapping the communication channel and he is reading the contents. So this is called as interception. What is the term that we used in the earlier discussions for interception? What is the term that we used for interception? Here you can observe that the attacker is reading the contents of the message. So what is the term we have for this interception? Please think.
Snooping, sir.
Does it come under passive attack or active attack? Please tell me.
Passive attack, sir.
Okay, passive attacks. Super, right? The other is not involved, the attacker is not involved in modification of the messages. He is just trying to read the contents. So it comes under passive attacks. Now tell me, what is the equivalent term for this interception? What are the two passive attacks we have seen?
Snooping and traffic analysis, sir.
Super. This is snooping and traffic analysis. Now tell me, what can be this interception? Is it snooping or traffic analysis?
Snooping, sir.
Super. This is
Snooping, sir.
snooping. Right. Now tell me, what security goal is compromised by this snooping or interception? What are the security goals we have?
Confidentiality, sir.
What are the security goals we have?
Confidentiality,
Integrity, availability.
CIA, right? Super, right? So here interception, where the attacker is going to read the contents of the message, therefore it is a compromise or it is an attack on confidentiality. Super, right? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Now
Yes,
tell me,
sir.
what is this interruption? By looking at this diagram, what can you understand by this interruption?
The attacker will completely interrupt the communication, sir. That means
Super.
the message won't receive the receiver.
Super, right? So that Darth or the Eve or the attacker or the interceptor, whatever term you want to use, you can use it, right? Right. So whatever the message that is sent from the user is interrupted completely. So it is not reaching the other. It is not reaching, or let us assume that it is a server. So this is sender and it is not reaching the server. So what type of attack it is? What is the synonym?
Denial of services.
Super, super, right? It is denial of service. So what is it? Is it an active attack or passive attack?
Active attacks. Active attacks.
It is an active attack, right? Now tell me on what it is going to attack. Is it on confidentiality or integrity or availability?
Availability. Availability.
Super, super. Right. Now coming to the third security attack, which is modification. It is a direct thing, right? So actually the message is in the round shape, but the attacker, what he will do is he will modify it into a square shape. This is just an example that we are telling, right? So what type of attack it is? Is it passive or active? Active.
Active, sir.
Super. Right. And the term is direct, it is modification, right? So modification is an attack. Now tell me, is it on confidentiality or integrity or availability?
Integrity, sir.
Super, right? So whenever you modify the message, the receiver is not getting the original message. If the receiver receives the original message, then we say that the message is maintaining the integrity. But if the message is modified, then the integrity is compromised. Therefore this modification is an attack on the integrity, right? Now the last one, fabrication. Tell me what is the equivalent term for this fabrication? Fabrication means the sender is not sending any messages, but the attacker, he fabricates or he gives or he creates a new message and sends it to the receiver. What type of attack it is? First of all, tell me, is it active or passive?
Active, sir.
Active, sir.
Super, it is active. Super, very good. Now tell me, fabrication, what term is matching with our previous discussions? I will show you the diagram. Can you see this diagram?
Yes, sir.
So does the third party fabricating the message or not?
Yes, sir.
So Darth is fabricating
Yes,
a
sir.
message which appears as if it is from the Bob. So fabrication can be an equivalent term which is called as masquerading, or else which we can also call as spoofing. Am I right or not? Now tell me,
Yes, sir.
what is this attack? Is it the threaten for confidentiality, or it is the threaten for integrity or availability?
All three, sir. Confidentiality, authenticity, and integrity.
Availability, no, it is not availability, but you can say that it is a threat to confidentiality, and most probably it is integrity, right?
Integrity.
Why? Because
Yes, sir.
we have seen this masquerading concept under the threaten for integrity, right? So it will
Yes, sir.
attack the integrity. So these are the various security attacks we have: interception, interruption, modification, and fabrication. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Right. The same thing we
Yes.
have explained in this diagram, in
Yes,
a flow
sir.
diagram, right? So this is a normal data transfer. Interruption means it does not reach the receiver. This is sender and this is receiver. It does not reach the receiver. Interception means Darth is going to read the contents. Modification means Darth is going to take the message, modify it, and send it to receiver. Fabrication means that Darth is creating a new message and he is sending it to the receiver, and this appears as if it is a message from the sender. Right? Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right. Now, as you told that interruption is an attack on availability. Am I right or not?
Yes, sir.
You people has described these things. What is interception? What is the equivalent term for interruption?
Denial of services.
DOS. What is the equivalent for interception?
Snooping.
Snooping. And you told that it is an attack on confidentiality. Super, right? Modification. What is the equivalent term? It is modification only. So you told that it is an attack on integrity. Very good. And the last one is fabrication. The equivalent term we call it as masquerading or spoofing. This is an attack on authenticity. We'll see what authentication and authorization is in the next class, right? But remember that this is also, as you people told, that this is an attack on confidentiality. Nobody denies it. And it is also an attack on integrity. This is also true. But most relevant term is it is an attack on the authenticity. We'll see what this authenticity and authorization is in the next class. Don't worry. Right. So are you clear about the security attacks?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So the last few terms, last two slides we are going to discuss about the security attacks is interception means some unauthorized party has gained access to an asset. That is what we call it as release of message contents or snooping. So the outside party can be a person, a program, or a computing system also. Rajesh, I think your doubt is clear, right? So the
Yes, sir.
attacker can be a person, or it can be a program, or it can be a system also. Right. So examples of this interception are illegal copying of a program or data files, wiretapping to obtain data in a network, communication between two parties has been overheard by someone else. Like that, these are very few examples we have. So although a loss may be discovered fairly quickly, a silent interceptor may leave no traces by which the interception can be readily detected. So this comes under the category of passive attacks. So passive attacks, can they be detected? Can we detect the passive attacks?
No, sir.
No, right? So if the interceptor is intelligent enough, he will never leave a trace that he has read the contents. So the passive attacks, the interception cannot be detected. But you can prevent it. How we can prevent? Encryption. You know everything about this, right? And the second one is the interruption. An asset of the system becomes lost or unavailable or unusable. Such type of attack we call it as interruption. So examples are malicious destruction of a hardware device. So by using some malware, you can simply destruct the hardware also, right? So you can erase a program or a data file, or you can make a operating system malfunction, right? Or you can simply destruct the file system manager of the operating system, right? Or you can simply destruct the hard disk drive. Like that, you can have many number of attacks that you can perform, right? And coming to modification, the unauthorized party not only accesses but also modifies or tampers the asset. Asset is nothing but the information, right? Here the author is trying to say that asset can be data, or it can be information, or it can be system, anything, right? Or it can be a database also, like that. So examples of this modification are, someone wants to change the values in the database, right? The attacker has attacked the database and he tries to modify the database, okay, and alter the program so that it performs an additional computation, right? It is an attack on program, right? So the asset can be a program also, or the attacker can modify the data being transmitted electronically. So all these things we have discussed, right? And it is even possible to modify the hardware also. Modification of hardware is possible, right? And in some cases, modifications can be detected with simple measures. It is possible to detect the modifications. Why? Because this comes under the category of active attack, right? And coming to fabrication, fabrication means the unauthorized party fabricates the messages, or fabricates or creates a new message, or fabrication of counterfeit objects on a computing system, right? So the intruder may insert spurious transactions to a network, communication system, and add records to an existing database. So it is also that means the attacker will attack the database and he tries to add new records to our database where the database should be very confidential, but the attacker has attacked the database and he tries to include his own records to benefit himself or herself. So that is called as fabrication, right? So sometimes these additions can be detected as forgeries, but if the attacker is very skillful in fabricating these type of attacks, we can never detect such type of attacks, right? Is it clear up to this point?
Yes, sir.
So that's all for today's session. Thank you one and all, and in the next session we will continue with the security services and the security mechanisms. Okay, thank you one and all.